Hello, everybody. One of the main themes in our Parsha is the idea of the Big Day Kahuna being fashioned for Aaron and his fellow priests. This is introduced with a pasuk of command to Moshe. V'yasiso Big Day Kodesh li'aharon achicha lechavod u'letifaret. You should make garments for your brother Aaron. They should be for kavod and tiferet, for honor and glory or beauty. What do these terms mean, kavod and tiferet, and how do clothes fashion that and or engender that idea of honor, glory, beauty, aesthetics? But more puzzling is that the next pasuk switches gear. V'ata tedaber al kol chachmei lev asher mileitiv ruach chochma v'yasu et bigdei Aharon lekadesho lechahanoli. You should speak to the craftsmen, the artisans that were endowed by God with the ability to fashion the garments for Aaron, to sanctify him, to serve as priest to God. Ve'ela begadim asher ya'asu in third person. And these are the garments that they shall fashion, and we have a listing of the big day kahuna. So wait a minute, who makes the garments? Moshe? Or when it says that Moshe is to make the garments, it simply means he's to gather the team of craftsmen and artisans to fashion the garments. Not quite so clear here. The Malbim suggests perhaps, both by way of differentiating between kavod and tiferet, and also perhaps addressing this question that we just asked as to who fashions the garments. And the Malbim tells us that the pasuk commanding Moshe v'yasita bigdei kodesh is not talking about material clothing, physical clothing, or garments of kahuna for Aaron and his fellow priests. But rather, according to the Malbim, we're talking about other types of begadim pnimiyim, or if you will, to teach Aaron and the fellow Kohanim certain attributes and approaches and attitudes that have to be the hallmark of all kinds of Kohanim. And these begadim, or these attributes, will therefore be for their possessors, the Kohanim, lechavod uletifaret. What's the difference between kavod and tiferet? Kavod is the potential latent in every human being. There is a potential to reach a certain level of kedusha, of avodat Hashem. Tiferet is the actualization of said potential. That kavod is referring to the personality, the soul of the individual, is inherent in a pasuk that we say every day in Psukei de Zimra, chapter 30 of Tehillim. Lema'an yizamercha chavod v'lo yidom. That kavod should sing praises and not be silenced in praise of Hashem. The kavod is the neshama that's within us, that is rife with potential. The tiferet, the glory that ensues, is based on the actualization of the potential. And therefore, Moshe is being instructed to do something else, and that is to prepare Aaron and the others spiritually. Following that, he is to speak to the craftsmen and the artisans who will deal with the actual big day kahuna. It's not just Kohanim who can render kavod and tiferet to Hashem. All of us are spoken to in the Pasuk, Leman Yizamercha Chavod. We all have a certain potential, abilities that God has blessed us with. And the question is, how do we translate those abilities, those potentials, into realizations of accomplishment and achievement? In Mirza Hashem, we should all be zoche to take the kavod that God instilled within us and pay it back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu with much tiferet. Shabbat Shalom.